का ये सेशन है वो क्वेश्चन आंसर का सेशन होना चाहिए। और ये सेशन इसके पहले जब भी लियो और टिफनी ने लिए हैं तो इतने बढ़िया थे कि एक क्वालिटी सेमिनार जैसे ही वो हमें लगता है। तो आज का भी ये सेशन जबरदस्त होने वाला है। और हमारे जो मन में डाउट है, मैं ऐसे हमेशा बोलता हूं कि डाउट एक एनिमी है हमारे अंदर, उसको जल्द से जल्द मिटाना चाहिए। तो मुझे आशा है कि आज के सेशन के बाद हमारे बहुत से डाउट क्लियर होंगे और एक ने एक सवाल पूछा ना तो बाकी सभी लोगों को उससे बहुत फायदा होता है। तो मैं सभी को बताऊं पूछूं और मैं सभी को बोल देता हूं कि आप टॉकेटिव रहो, आप बात करो, जो भी आपके मन में है ना आप ओपन अप हो जाओ। और हम लोग बहुत फॉर्चुनेट है कि हमारे डाउट्स जो भी कुछ दिमाग में चल रहा है उसको सब क्लियर करने के लिए जिनके पास इंटरनेशनल एक्सपीरियंस है, सिर्फ यही बिजनेस का नहीं है, तो बाकी और भी बिजनेस में वो इतने सफल है और वो सभी एक्सपीरियंस है वो हमें बताने वाले हैं कि ये डाउट क्लियर करके कैसे हम लोग सफलता की ओर जा सकते हैं। तो नाउ विदाउट वेस्टिंग एनी टाइम मैं मुकुंदराज को भी रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि जिसके सवाल आए हैं उनके पास वो भी एक एक करके आप पूछिए। और लियो ने कल जो एक सवाल का जवाब दिया था वो इतना बढ़िया था, तो हम लोग उनको वो भी रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे कि उसको थोड़ा सा और एक्सप्लेन करके हमें उसके बारे में वो बताएंगे। तो ओवर टू मुकुंदराज।
थैंक यू शरद, थैंक यू। कल का जो सेशन हुआ, जो टीम एक्सट्रीम मीटिंग हुई, दैट वाज रियली ग्रेट और हम सब ने कुछ ना कुछ उसमें सीखा है एंड एवरीबडी हैज हैड अ टेक अवे फ्रॉम दैट मीटिंग। लेकिन क्वेश्चन आंसर्स तो पूरे हुए नहीं थे, बहुत सारे लोगों के क्वेश्चंस बाकी थे। और दूसरा ये था कि हमें एक इंटरनेशनल पर्सपेक्टिव, इतना एक एक्सपीरियंस्ड पर्सन का जो हमारे मेंटर है उनका एक पर्सपेक्टिव भी उन क्वेश्चंस को चाहिए था। तो आज डिसाइड किया गया कि आज हम क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन रखेंगे। तो just because one question was raised by Punita yesterday, उसका आंसर लियो ने दिया था और जो सबको पढ़ के दिखाया था। तो I would like to just read out that question so that थोड़ा सा रिफ्रेश हो जाएगा and Leo will be take it over. Is that fine, Leo?
Yes, but what I want to do is I want the people who are asking the questions to ask me the questions themselves online, because what has happened is you have sent me multiple questions from different people. I don't know who they are, number one. And number two, I have to keep looking and finding the question in my phone. I don't want to do that. I want to interact with you and all the people. So better now, I have the questions in my phone. I've thought about it, but now I would like to talk to the person asking the questions. Also, I want transparency, meaning that people should not feel shy or bad to talk about their issues, because we're all a family, we're all a team, we care and love about each other and want each other's success. So we should be able to talk openly, because I cannot answer some of the questions without knowing what that individual is doing, what is the activity involved. And therefore, if I don't know the activity, I'll be just talking like generally. And if we want to build a team like Kanti Gala talked about, and before him Braj talked about, is that when you want to build a team, you have to be specific with the individuals that are having questions and have challenges. And then that, like Sharad just said, when the person talks about asks a question, the whole group either learns or understands what they already know, which is good. We like that. So let my wife say a few words and then we'll start.
Hi, everybody. Welcome on to today's webinar. It's going to be a great day, and I'm interested to hear what the questions will be as well. So let's go.
All right. Yeah, that's it.
That's all I got.
That was short and sweet. So let's go.
Yes. To start with, again.
And you can moderate, Mukund.
Yes. Let's start with the question from Punita again. Punita, can you please repeat your question, yesterday's question?
Yeah, sure. Hello, Leo and Tiffany. Yeah.
Hi,
Miss
how are
Tiffany.
you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. Yeah, Miss Tiffany for 2 weeks.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I was missed. It's been a very busy time of life.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Okay. I'm Punita from Bangalore, and I'm into this business just from past 4 months. I'm basically a financial consultant. We are into insurance business. And my husband is into actually insurance sales. Sales part is his. I do all the background support, like mails, sending mails or taking illustrations, all those things. I'm good at that, and I'm doing that. So I don't have any problem with the administration part. Selling part is the only thing. Selling part also, after taking training from BWW, like from past 3 months, I've taken trainings. So I have the knowledge of the products. Product knowledge I acquired, and I know the tips what they're given for in the sales or about the selling the products. All those things tips they're given me. The main problem with me is hesitation while talking to people, because basically I'm an introvert person. I don't talk to others, but exactly opposite to my husband. Whomever he sees, he'll speak to them as if he knows from ages. But I'm not like that. Even if I know people, my own relations, in spite, to be very frank, even in my college days, when my father is coming in front of me, when I'm going to home, like my father is coming in front of me also, I'll not talk to him. At home, I'll speak, but I'll not talk outside. And even with our relations also, I don't keep, I'll not talk much. If there is anything, any work I require, or if I know that they are suffering or something, I'll call up and ask them, and I'll give them any advice which I feel is best for them. What is best for them, I know, I'll tell them. And the thing is, the new people or even other people, talking to them regarding sales I have the biggest hesitation in that. And the thing is, like, some sort of fear also we can tell. And I read this Magic of Thinking Big, which tells action cures fear. So I know the examples also. I've seen people who have done that. So I can understand, but I'm not able to overcome by myself. That one thing, that one step is what is, it's a very big, hurdle for me in moving further. Like, after having everything, like, I'm ready for the battle, but stepping into the battlefield, I'm feeling this one. But once if I start doing it, and I'm sure I will definitely win this.
Then what it is.
Yeah, the same question I asked him before asking it in the evening. He gave me all the answers which different people gave me. He said, but the thing is, I'm not able to overcome. So today morning, I decided I have to overcome. So I thought, like yesterday I said, you have to speak to others without the intention of selling. Like, so I thought I'll apply that. But I didn't find anybody to talk. So somehow I was using the lift. Today I went to the terrace. So I was using the lift. While going, a person came with his kid. So I thought, let me talk. Initially, there was hesitation, but then I don't know how to talk to that person. Then I asked the kid, hi, how are you? What is your name? I asked. Then the kid, I think he must be 2 years old. He didn't talk anything. Then I asked that person, what is kid's name? So he said me the name. I said, okay. Then by the time their floor came, they went out. So I said bye to that kid. Then I thought, okay, there's nothing different. I'm not speaking to any different person, but still something I feel like somewhere I have missed something. I could have directly spoken to that person, or what it is, I'm not sure. So this first step today morning I did. So I want to know, like, because yes, so many people, everybody, I think most of the 80% of the people who are into this business, they would have faced this problem. So I want to know how we can overcome this first step of speaking to the people. This is my question.
Okay. I want to tell you something. When we joined the business, I was like your husband and my wife was like you. She would not talk to anybody ever unless they spoke to her. If they spoke to her, she would talk to them. If they didn't speak to her, she would say nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, the phone was on my side of the bed. So if the phone rang, I answered the phone. She would not answer the phone. She did not want to talk to anybody. And if we wanted to order some food to be delivered to the house, she'd say, you make the call, you call. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why don't you call? She said, no, you call. So my wife was very introverted. Now, I don't mean to sound insulting, so don't be insulted. If you be insulted, I'll be very hurt, because I don't want to insult you, but I'm going to say something that I told my wife. I said, you're introverted because you have an attitude that you're too egotistical. So she said, how can you say that? I said, you are so concerned about your perception from others that you keep your mouth shut. You feel if you open your mouth, you'll embarrass yourself. And that feeling you don't want others to have. So you lock up because you have an ego. I said, you should just say stuff, have fun. If you make a mistake, who cares? Just do it. So she was very upset with me because I told her she was egotistical, because that's the last thing an introvert thinks of themselves, as being egotistical. They're like, I'm very humble, I'm very mild, I don't speak, I'm quiet. How can I be egotistical? Well, you know, ego is not just verbal. You can be silent and have a big ego. She had an uncle who had such an ego, and he was like a quiet guy. But everybody was beneath his dignity. He would not talk to anybody. He was superior. And so you have to understand that if you can get past that you have to get past, is the fear of looking silly, the fear of people perceiving you. Actually, they don't perceive you, but you have it in your mind that they're going to perceive you as not an intelligent person because you are not knowing how to hold a conversation. That's not true. You can hold a conversation with anybody, because you just held a conversation with us, and I got all the information through your conversation with me. 100%. It wasn't like, what is she saying? I don't understand what she's saying. She's not making any sense. I understood everything you're saying. So if you talk to people, you're an intelligent woman, you're smart, you have a way of putting phrases together where people understand your language. There is no problem, but your fear is, what will people say? That is ego. So my first statement to you is, curb your ego. Okay, extroverts have no ego. We don't care. We don't worry about what people think. Your husband does not worry about what somebody is thinking if he's going to talk to them. He's just going to talk to them because he just likes to talk to them. What they think is immaterial. It's not the main event. The main event is, let's connect, right? Now I want you to listen to my wife, who 28 years ago was the lousiest salesperson that I ever met. And today, she's the best salesperson in our organization. And we have a very strong organization. So I want you to I want you to listen to her on how she overcame the same problem you had 28 years ago.
Oh my goodness. I can relate to you 100%. I understand completely. And when Leo said it was ego, I was very offended. It's like, Leo, no. It's just consideration for others, I thought. But when I really analyzed it, I'm thinking, to myself, I was thinking, maybe I don't feel like I can contribute to other people's lives, but definitely we can. So I've got 2 parts for you here, 2 parts. The solution is just keep doing what you did this morning. You just have to be uncomfortable for a while and just keep doing it. Just say hello to people. It is so awkward in the beginning, but with practice, you will get better and better and better and better, and it will become easier for you. I would say if you make this a habit, within 3 months, it will be something enjoyable that you'll actually look forward to. You'll look forward to going out and meeting new people. You have to take the pressure off of yourself right now. You're meeting new people now. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make a sale. So take that pressure off. Just get used to meeting people, saying hello, starting a conversation, asking them about themselves. My father used to teach Dale Carnegie. You know, How to Win Friends and Influence People was written by Dale Carnegie.
Yeah,
And he told me, my father used to teach Dale Carnegie courses. And he told me, Tiffany, do you know who the best conversationalists are in the world are? And I said, who? And he said, it's the listeners, people who listen to other people. People will fall in love with you if you listen to them. And so no pressure. You don't have to be fascinating or entertaining or brilliant or anything. Just have a good heart. You love people, let it show, and listen to them.
exactly.
So I snagged my husband that way, you know. When we met, he was doing all of the talking, and I just thought that was great. I didn't have to be entertaining or anything, and he kind of liked me for that, and I got him. So, but you've already got a fantastic husband. I'm just saying that when you listen to people, they will automatically be attracted to you and look forward to seeing you again. So you can do that. It's going to be a process, and it's practice, 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 practice. But as you can tell, now they can't shut me up. And when I'm with Leo and when I'm with the group, people who have practiced this and they're very good at meeting people, I'm frustrated because I want to talk and those guys are doing all the talking. I'm frustrated. So you will come full circle. You will definitely, I can tell you've got a lot of caring in your heart, and you're sensitive and you're articulate. And all you have to do is let the world know that it will come through and you will be an asset. So that's part 1, just practice and it will get easier. I'm so happy you said that the battle is here. I'm ready for it. So that's your current battle, but you will achieve and you'll find it to be enjoyable. The second thing is that you have to fall in love with the products that you're selling. And when you realize that you have a gift that you're sharing with people, something that will solve problems, something that will help them, something that will be good for them, something that they'll thank you for, you just won't be able to keep quiet. So for example, our Nutrilite line, if we know that we're helping people right now to boost their immune system so that they can fight COVID, don't you think everybody should be on Nutrilite? Yes. So if you withhold this information from people, you're not helping them. You're actually hurting them. What you have is a precious, precious gift to share. Some people will understand, some people won't. But your mission is just to let people know what's available to them and educate them about why it's good. And again, you'll practice and you'll find great ways to figure out how to introduce that. Yes, I distribute these products. Yes, these are something that I have access to and I can give you access to. So you'll have to work that out through practice, but eventually you'll come with a procedure that's all yours that you'll follow and you'll be comfortable with. And before you know it, you'll have sales coming in like crazy. But I just want to encourage you. You are a very special person. I can tell. You're 10,000 miles away, but I can tell you have a lot to give and a lot to share. And I do believe you're just beginning. You give this some time and you'll be a superstar. No kidding, a superstar.
Thank you.
Yes.
Can I spend 2 minutes of my, can I share you something?
Yes.
Instead of all the problems what she had all these days, I'm happy that she spoke to you in front of you for 3 to 4 minutes continuously. That itself is the biggest achievement what she has done from Amway now.
Hey,
going.
it's step by step, and she feels comfortable with us now. So see,
Yes.
now when she feels comfortable with a stranger, it's over. She's going to talk to everybody. And that's the feeling that how do you get comfortable? If you play table tennis, the first day you play table tennis, the ball goes everywhere. You're not comfortable. But you keep playing it. And even if you're not a fantastic player, if you're okay, you like table tennis because you're comfortable with it. So talking to strangers is uncomfortable. It's not a natural process. It's a developed process. But you see, once you get comfortable, it's over. Now it's time to like harvest, it's time to get the returns.
Yes.
And that's the key. Now, my wife used a word, Tiffany used a word gift. Now, some of you who are listening are saying she's using a wrong word, gift, because she's using the word gift, but they're going to buy the Neutralite. So how is that a gift? You see, some things are a gift that you have to pay for. And I'll explain that to you. Let's say you're a doctor, okay? And I'm a young high school student, and you educate me on becoming a doctor. You promote medicine. You promote going to medical college. You promote me to work hard so that I get good grades so I can become a doctor. You have given me a gift, but I have to pay for the bloody college. I have to pay a lot of money to go to medical college. My parents have to pay for that, but you gave me a gift. You planted a seed in my head that I want to be a doctor. You see, some gifts are knowledge-based, but you pay for them. The knowledge of quality products from Neutralite and all of the products that we have in the Amway business is a gift. And it's more of a gift because when you purchase them and understand the business, you can change people's lives and make your life totally liberated. That's a gift. So we do have a gift, but if we don't open our mouth, nobody knows. You see, so it's now, the more you learn about the business, the pressure is more that you have to tell people. We cannot shut up. We have to talk to people. Now, you can't just go into a restaurant and say, hello, you look like a great couple. Do I have a business for you? If you talk like that, you can talk like that. You can be like, I don't care what they think. I'm just going to talk to them. But you're not going to get the results. No. You see, as good as you are when you strike up a conversation with a stranger, then you have to develop credibility. You have to make sense. You have to appeal to their senses that, this Leo is like, he's making a lot of sense. I like what he's saying. And then ask questions and listen, like she said. Through contacting, you have to listen a lot. You have to talk, because if you don't talk, nothing's going to happen. But you have to listen a lot. That means you ask leading questions and then you listen. You ask leading questions and then you listen. You have leading questions and then you listen. Lastly, I want to say, and I'm spending a lot of time on this because everybody is learning. It's not just you. There are two types of sales: a finite sale and an infinite sale, or better said, a tangible sale and an intangible sale. What's a tangible thing? A tangible thing is something you can touch, feel, and see. An intangible thing is something you cannot touch, you cannot see, but you feel. You feel it in your heart. You don't feel it with your hands. Now, selling is hard. Most people disrespect salespeople because, they don't go to college and there's no real degree in sales. And, salespeople are really like the lowest of the low. Meanwhile, nobody on earth can exist without somebody selling something. We'll all go out, we'll die. We won't have clothes to wear. We won't have we don't have any product. Every scientific product that is developed by the brains of a scientist has to be sold or it's going to go bankrupt. The scientists won't have enough money to do research. Nobody understands this. The politicians don't understand that when we don't sell, there's no money to donate to the politicians so they can do their stupid stuff and run a country. The military won't be there. Nothing will be there if there's no sales. And that's why communist countries fail. They take a long time because they manufacture money, but they fail. This is not a political discussion. It's a discussion about sales. So once you understand that sales is so important, even intellectual people, if I don't sell the school system, nobody will go to school and the teachers will not have a job. So every parent is selling an educational system to their children. You see, some people think that in order to sell, you have to sell a product like shampoo or a car or a computer. No, we're selling ideas every day, but that's an intangible. We do such a masterful job of selling our children to go to school and they don't get any reward for 15 years. They get nothing. They actually get yelled at. They get yelled at in school and we yell at them if they don't get good grades. But for 15 years, they go to high school and college and then they get something, not even a good life, just something. So think about what I'm saying. The intangible sale and the tangible sale are very critical to human success, any human. Now, which is the harder? The harder one is the intangible sale. It's harder to sell insurance than to sell a car. It's harder to sell consulting services than to sell a house. Both are difficult, but it's harder to sell an intangible. A consulting service is an intangible. There's no product. You don't touch and feel it and look at it. It's in your head and in your heart. So selling intangibles is very difficult. So now you've come into the business and you have no experience in sale at all. And now we're going to get you to become the ultimate salesperson because you're going to sell intangibles. You're not just going to sell Nutrilite because there's other vitamins in the marketplace. You're going to sell an intangible. It's called health, well-being, happiness, joy when you get up, no pain in the back and this thing, energy. These are intangibles. So you're going to learn to sell that. And then you're going to learn to sell the business, which is completely intangible. People won't believe you that they can have a better life. They're like, no, you don't understand. I come from this background. I don't know. No, this is all I'm capable of is going to work, coming back. My life is very difficult. And I know I am not capable. And you're going to tell them, no, you can do anything you want, especially now. Maybe 50 years ago, you couldn't do anything because there was no internet, there was no this, there was no that, there was no knowledge. Nobody really helped you. Today, the world is looking to help you win because now the world has understood when everybody wins some more. Before, the big guys never let the small guys win because if you keep them small, you have all the money, you have all the power. Now they say, man, if the small guy is winning, then he will buy more products. he will buy more services and I'll become richer. So now it has become a common attitude that the more we help people win, the more we win. And the Amway philosophy is the root of that belief system. The more we help people, the more we win. So that's an intangible. So now I would advise you for now, your husband is a salesman. He knows how to sell. Why do you bother selling? Let him sell. What you do is you learn to sell the intangible, to talk to people, make them feel good, and bring them to the table. You see, that is amazing work. And that is like upper level sales. When you talk to somebody, make them feel good, develop a relationship, bring them to the table. Now, you bring them to the table, then what? Your husband will do the work. Make him work for you. Women are good at making their husbands work for them. Let's focus on your strength. Make him work for you. That's your strength. Most women have their men do exactly what they want. Let's go. He's good at doing something. Let him do that. It's a division of labor. Kanti Gala said, you decide what you're going to do amongst you as a family, and then do it. Be responsible. Don't quit. Don't say, oh man, I tried for 2 months and it's not working out. Listen, you try for 15 years before you can get a proper job. All through high school and college, and you can just get a proper job, not a good job. When you have a bachelor's degree, what are you good for? Not that much. So if you work 15 years to get just a job, can you work more than 2 months to live a great life? Of course you can. So that's the key. People expect, they put Amway down, they talk rubbish, but they expect the moon from this company and they're not willing to work. That is the challenge, is that you can expect the moon, but do the work to expect the moon. You cannot just do mamuli kaam and expect the moon. You have to do the kind of level of work that you are required to do to get the moon. And so this business will deliver everything to you. I promise you. I kid you not. You know, we're on almost every week. Some weeks I'm not on because we're doing all kinds of other things, but we're on almost every week. I don't have to be on. You have leaders that know everything.
Yes.
We don't have to be on, but we love you people.
Yes.
Okay. We have a responsibility that we are not willing to drop. We are not willing to say, you know, enough is enough. We are committed to bearing our responsibility. And if you're committed to bearing your responsibility and you have this desire inside in your heart, it's not a mind desire, it's a heart desire. Heart is always superseding the mind. If your heart desires that you want to have that quality of life that you're seeing now, from the diamonds and the double diamonds and the emeralds and even the platinums are making good money. Okay. I don't think you can just sneeze at 1 lakh a month. Okay. You cannot just say that is not enough money. If you're making 10 lakhs, why didn't you make 11 lakhs? I ask people that all the time. I said, oh, you're making 10 lakhs a month, 1.2 crores a year? Yeah. I said, why didn't you make 11? He said, what do you mean? What do you mean? Why didn't I make 11? I said, you made 10 lakhs last month. Why didn't you make 11? And nobody has an answer. It's just a simple question. The answer is the month ran out. The month ended before I made 11. It ended before I made 11. I could only make 10. So I said, so would you like to make 11? Yeah, but I didn't have enough days in the month. The month ran out. It finished. I said, then why do you knock 1 lakh in the Amway business a month? It will add to your 10 lakhs. Then you'll make 11. Then if you go emerald, you'll make 13. If you go diamond, you'll make 20. 10 from your other income and 10 from diamond income. So come on. You know, you cannot knock this. If you knock this, you knock the amount you're making in your savings account because it's only 6 or 7%. Hey, Why you put the money over there? Because it's making 6 or 7% in the savings account, in the fixed deposit. So don't ever allow people to say, isme dam nahi hai. Everything that brings in income is strong. Isme dam hai. Now the question is, do you respect or don't you respect? Does that make sense? Okay. Let's go to the next question.
Leo and Tiffany, you both are fantastic. The answer was great. And I know you tried to make it as short as possible, because these are the questions which are going to take 3 to 4 hours to answer from like a person of like the way Leo talks. Actually, this is a question of 4 hours answer. But thank you for being short, because we can take some more questions.
That one was the biggest issue that we all face, isn't it? If we have that problem solved, we're all going diamonds, right?
Yeah, well, that was a phenomenal
Yeah,
question, by the way. And
phenomenal.
that was really an important question for everybody,
Everybody.
including me. When I talk about it, I get more fired up about it.
Next question is from Mr. Gautam Sinha. Gautam ji, can you come online on the screen?
He's there.
Dr. Sanjay Doke sponsored him through LinkedIn.
Gautam Sinha is, what does he do for a living?
Sir, I am actually retired last year.
Wow.
And I was in corporate world, oil and gas industry for many, many years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your question?
The question is a very simple question. Maybe seem foolish, but that's the question. I'm in this business for the last 3 to 4 months, and really not done much to say that I have really cracked the business. So when I start thinking that what is stopping me to crack the business, my concept is, this is my personal concept, and I want you to listen to this. It's a hypothesis which I have built into my mind, that what I should do to become successful in this. I want you to listen and critically probably help me in understanding that. Number one, I have to sell products to make some active income. Number one. Number two, I have to make a network to make the team bigger and make passive income thereafter. And number three is probably, and that's a basic thing, that I have to every time sell myself to impress people to come into my team. So am I talking rightly? Why I'm not able to bring in people? Why they are not taking interest? Because so far as the product is concerned, the cost of the product is concerned, they are all common for me, common for every Tom, Dick and Harry who is trying to build up the business. But then why some people can build and some people cannot build? What is it? Because other things being common, am I faltering in bringing in people or impressing people? So this is the way I'm thinking, and I want you to give a perspective to it, whether the thoughts are correct or anything better can be done other than these three things. And these are the three agendas. That's a hypothesis.
They're very good. They're very good agendas, and they're very good. They're very specific and true. So now the question is, I want to ask you a few questions so that I open your mind. Okay. Yeah. How long were you in the corporate sector as a person who worked, and what level did you reach after how many years?
Well, I have been in the corporate sector for almost 43 years.
Okay.
And I have the maximum level that I have reached is in a multi-dollar corporate vice president level.
Huh?
Vice president level.
Okay. And when you started, did you start and finish in the same company, or you switched multiple companies?
Well, I switched three companies.
Okay. And when you started, how old were you?
How old?
Yes. When you started as a young...
I started as a graduate engineer at the age of 23.
Okay. So you started at 23, you retired at what age?
65.
Okay. So you started at 23, retired at 65, and you worked all your life in that field. And when did you start to think that you were successful in the corporate sector? Did you start to think you were successful from day one, or 10 years later, or 15 years? When did you feel like, okay, I'm doing well as a corporate executive?
Well, I started my career as a discipline engineer.
Right.
And I was in the engineering, in the design. I started with nuclear power and then moved on to the oil and gas industry. So as long as I was in the engineering side, I thought maybe I'm not doing well better, because in government sector, I was in nuclear power. Things are not coming out of the drawing board. That's what I thought. So I then changed over to the private sector in the oil and gas field. And there also, again, obviously, I was taken as an engineering discipline guy. And it took me about 7 to 8 years in that company to come out and come to the project level. And when I became a project engineer or a contracts engineer, that's when it took another about 7, 8, 9 years when I started delivering projects with profitability. That is when I started feeling better.
Okay, so how long was the process from 23 to the level where you started feeling better? How many years?
Well, I'll tell you 7 plus 5, 15 years.
Okay, that's a fair, honest depiction of a general career that has successfully ended in a VP or higher level. Fantastic. You've been very honorable, very truthful. Now, here's the thing. You have been in this business for 4 months, and you're thinking about these 3 points that you brought up, but you want success faster in this business than in your engineering field that took 15 years to make you successful, according to you, not according to somebody outside. So now I want you to realize that this business, in 24 months, how long it takes to get half a degree. It actually takes 2 years to get a diploma in India. Okay. So in 24 months, you're going to feel what you felt in 15 years of engineering, where you say, okay, I feel good. But in the 24 months, you're going to be broken down and frustrated, because this is the private sector. That means you're not just working as an engineer in the private sector, you are developing your own business in the private sector. That's even worse. That's tougher. So now you're in the private sector, developing your own business. It's going to be very difficult to have no boss, yet be accountable to your daily activity. So now you've thought of the 3 things. Now it's time to move on. Don't keep thinking of the same 3 things again and again and again. I got good news for all salespeople. All salespeople, even the ones who don't know how to sell, we are selling in this business. So you don't have to sell and become a sales professional. What am I saying? You have to sell, but you don't have to become a professional, because a professional has to sell like 10, 12, 15 lakhs a month.
Yeah.
Or you're not a professional. You cannot make money. You cannot earn a living. If you don't sell 10 to 15 to 20 lakhs a month, you're like a nothing. You're like an amateur. Well, here you're going to do 50 PV, which is like nothing, 5,000 rupees. That's not sales, that's a joke. So you say, okay, but I have to sell it, right? Yes, you do have to sell it. But in our business, we recommend things. We don't really sell them, we recommend them. And if you recommend them to enough people, some will buy. It's a numbers game. Now, if you're selling, you have to sell. But if you recommend, you have to recommend to more people, and some will buy. because some are interested in what you're recommending, especially if you've gained credibility. If you increase your credibility by the way you speak, now you have an advantage and you have a disadvantage. The advantage is you've been in industry for 42 years, 43 years. You know how to impress somebody. If you don't know how to impress somebody, you could never be a vice president. No way. So you know how to impress people. Now the question is, you don't know this business well enough to impress them in this business. My answer to you is learn the business, but impress them with your knowledge base of industry, of life, of parenting, of friendship. You've built relationships, professional and otherwise. Impress them on that, because people like people who make sense. And you as a professional for 43 years, reaching a level of vice president, you know how to make sense. So use all that talent that you developed over 43 years to impress the average person in a coffee shop. You say, now your engineer doesn't want to impress the person in the coffee shop because I don't even know the guy. But I'm saying now your industry has changed. Now everybody is a prospect. You see, oil and natural gas, you have certain prospects. You don't have everybody. You cannot sell me oil and natural gas. I'm a private citizen. You've got your specific, prospects. But now you have everybody as a prospect. So impress the guy in the having a cup of coffee. Impress the guy who's standing in an airport line going through security check. You're waiting and talking to somebody. Impress the person in the post office. Impress the person in the railway station. Impress the person in a social setting when you're invited to a party. And talk about life. Once you talk about life and you impress them on your attitude towards life and your positive behavior, they are very happy with you. Once they are happy with you, they will be open to discussing other things. So I usually start a conversation and I might bring up the business after a month. I'm not interested in bringing up the business for a month. Now you say, but that delays the process. No, I'm talking to too many people. So I've got stuff going on every day. So in the beginning, there's a little bit of a drag or a lag, but finally it's going. So now if you talk to somebody for a month and you talk to somebody for a month, you talk to somebody for a month, after a month, you've got a lot of people to take to that different level. After we build a relationship where they respect me and I respect them, in the month, I'm also looking to respect them. Today, I had a no-show. At 7 in the morning, I had a no-show. After so long, I haven't had a no-show for like a long time. I forgot what a no-show was. And I was reminded today, that's what a no-show is. And I told Tiff, I said, I'm going to see this woman at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm not comfortable with her. It doesn't seem right, but I don't want to prejudge. I've talked to her. I don't want to jump the gun. And I went there and she didn't show. And I was right, but I'm glad I did not prejudge her, even though I wanted to. I'm very astute at judging people, but I'm like, shut up. I talked to myself, shut up, Leo, go. So I went and I had a no-show this morning. Me having a no-show, you will have enough.
The candidate has disqualified themselves.
Yes. So she disqualified herself.
Come again, Tiffany, what you said?
The candidate has disqualified herself. She's out.
She's out. In plain English, she's history.
She's out.
Gone. So now I'm saying this. I'm going to talk to people and develop a relationship. And then I'm going to say, hey, I've been thinking about you. Now that's my language. You don't have to use my language, huh? You use your language. But I say, I've been thinking about you. They're like, oh, what about? Because everybody's interested. Why are you thinking about them? Why are you thinking about them? So they're interested. What are you thinking about? So I said, you know what? I might have something very interesting to talk to you about. It's diversification. It's generating wealth. It's developing assets. I'm not even sure you're interested in something like that. Maybe you're so happy doing what you're doing. No. and that's when you reel them in slowly. And you don't jump. You don't say, okay, let's sit down and talk. No, you say, you check your schedule, I'll check mine, we'll get together, we'll get a decent time where we can sit down quietly and talk and get to know each other a little better. You've already developed some kind of a relationship, but now you're going to get deep. Now you're going to show them how much you really know. Before, they were impressed by the superficial knowledge of weather, politics, athletics, games, movies, life, general things. Now we're going to get serious. So then I said, we can talk and we can get a little, deep in our conversation. And they're like, wow, he thought about me on a different level. Wow, nice. So now you're doing the stuff and you take your time, because you see, it took you 15 years, sir, to become comfortable as a person as an engineer. You were qualified when you were 23, or they would not have hired you. But it took you 15 years to get to the position where you say, okay, I am doing something meaningful. It's going to take you 6 months to feel that, and 24 months to arrive at the level where the checkbook, your money in the bank, is going to match your feeling. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. But only thing, now I have to shift my business to time management.
Yes. Oh, yes. That is, by the way, that's another seminar. So remember, next time you want to do time management, because I feel that the majority of human beings who fail in life, never mind the Amway business, don't know how to manage time. They get distracted. They waste time on nonsense. They open a box, and instead of looking for what they're looking for, they go through the whole box. Because, I have not seen this picture since, 2010. So 11 years ago, they look at the picture and they say, nonsense. Like, time management is so critical. Yes, it's nice to reminisce, but you reminisce when you have a drink and you're sitting, looking at the sunset. Then take out the picture and reminisce. Otherwise, it's time to just focus and let's go. Time management. So you said something very important. I'd like to touch upon that down the road, not now, because that's a whole subject.
But in a lighter note, I meant remaining time management.
I know.
Oh.
Hey, time management is time management till you die. How old are you?
I told you, 65.
Oh, you just retired, so you're 65. So I'm older than you. I have to manage my time better than you do. I'm going to be 70 in July.
Oh my goodness.
I'm old.
Oh.
I'm scared. When I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm old.
But your Amway base is much wider,
And it also makes you young. I feel like a teenager, but my body and my mind is that of a 70-year-old. What can I say? My body doesn't respond like I want it to.
Actually, Dr. Doke knows, basically my driver is, because I read the book after retirement and I bought in the idea, and I want the youngsters to buy in this idea. And that's the whole motive or the whole driver of trying to crack it.
Yes.
And you know what? The young are going to make you excited. The young are going to make you fulfilled, and the young are going to make you rich. I'm telling you the truth. And you're going to help make them rich.
But
not only in money, but richness of quality of life.
But the unfortunate part of it is, in my family, whoever youngsters I told them, they said, get lost.
Well,
it's okay.
It's fine.
There's the Alfaro family.
Pardon me?
They're from Guatemala?
No. From Dominican.
No, it's El Salvador.
El Salvador.
Tell them.
Okay, there's this family from El Salvador.
Their siblings all said, get lost.
This guy joined the business. He was a restaurant manager in Chicago. His whole family was in El Salvador, which is Central America. So he was the only guy in America. And he looked at the business and he got excited. So he went home And he says, is it in El Salvador? They said, yes. So he went home and he was going to help his whole family become wealthy. And he had like multiple siblings, like 5 siblings, I think. 9. So he went there and he showed it to everybody, and everybody laughed at him. Not one, everybody. And some were younger than him and some were older than him. And they all told him to beat it. And one sister-in-law, she had the audacity to not just tell him to beat it. She says, if you come into this house, don't talk about that again. Like it was like a poison. It was like poison. Don't bring that into my house. So this guy said, come on, I came here from Chicago. He goes back home, flies home. He's excited. He's going to change their lives. And they all trashed him. Guess what? He went diamond. His older brother called him. His older brother now is a triple diamond. His other brother is a diamond. His brother-in-law is a diamond. He's got 3 emeralds, and the rest are all platinums and above. All of them. And he is an executive diamond. So let me tell you something. Your success, you won't have to say anything. They'll come to you. The older brother called him and said, I missed something. Come back. Show me again. Because this guy was a restaurant manager, and all of a sudden he's living the big life. He's flying all over the world. He's not flying regular, he's flying business class. He's not staying in a hotel room, he's staying in a suite. He's flying all over the world. He's talking to people, thousands and tens of thousands of people, and he's sending them pictures. Something they missed, and the older brother who missed something when he went diamond, the older brother is now a triple diamond under him. Man, that's a big business when all 8 people in the family are platinums and above, multiple emeralds, multiple diamonds, and a triple diamond. So let me help you. Your success will change many people's point of view, but you have to keep going to succeed in order to do that. If he had quit, if Alfaro had quit, nobody would have joined. Because he didn't quit, everybody is in, and everybody's life has changed. Okay, they go to Diamond Club. 4 siblings are in Diamond Club. When they go to Q12, all 9 are in Q12. That is unbelievable, free trips for the whole family. So it's good. Next question.
ये क्वेश्चंस का सिलसिला चालू रहेगा. We have another 10 minutes to go. मैं रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं अभिजीत, can you talk to us?
Yes, sir.
He is Abhijit Ghate.
Hello, Leo, sir. Hello, Leo, madam. Sorry, it's Leo, Tiffany, madam. Myself, Abhijit. Namaste. Myself, Abhijit. I am working with Aristo Pharmaceutical last 7 years as a purchase executive. My question is, while dealing with our close friends, what will be the thought process in MA business perspective?
Okay. The thought process in your head should be, I'm going to sponsor everybody. But that should not come out of your mouth, and they should not know that. That is the thought process, that positive thought process, that I'm going to sponsor everybody. Of course, you're not going to sponsor everybody. But the attitude has to be like, I'm going to sponsor everybody. But the reality will be whatever it will be. Okay. So now the actual activity has to be to build a relationship. And you already have a relationship with your close family and friends. So you've skipped that. Now you have to build a credible relationship on a different level than your family and friends. Now that comes with a little bit of impressive behavior. Now they're not impressed with what they know about you. They know you're a purchasing executive. They know you're this, they know that. They know everything about you. So you cannot impress them about what they know. So now you have to talk about different things and in a nice way, and let them listen to what you're learning that's different from what you used to know. Now, when you join the Amway business, we learn a lot of things. You know, I was a successful businessman. I was 42 years old when I joined 28 years ago. And you know what? I was very successful. I could hold a conversation. I could impress anybody anyway. But I learned so much in this business. I was now going to impress the people about the other knowledge I had. And the knowledge that I gained is not becoming financially independent. Nobody wants to hear that from you, even though you have that, you know, ikka in your cards. They don't want to hear it. For some reason, they think you're not capable. So fine. What else can you talk about? You talk about life. You talk about mentorship. Okay, mentorship is something amazing. I always talk to people and I say, hey, you know, I used to look down on mentorship because I'm a self-made man. I did my own thing and I was successful all on by myself. I did not need any help. So I thought that mentorship is for people who cannot succeed. Wrong. The highest level of athletes at the top of their game have mentors. But we don't think about that. We think about us, and we are wrong. So as good as you are, you need a mentor. If you become 10 times better, you still need a mentor. It doesn't stop. So now I tell these people that, they go, wow, really? You go, hey, athletes, movie stars, singers, they all have coaches and mentors. Consultants, what's a consultant? They don't call him a mentor, but they pay high money to bring him into a corporation to tell them how to do stuff. Why you need an outsider? Because the outsider looks differently at what you're doing. So we look at this happening all around, but we as individuals think we don't need a mentor because I'm a successful engineer, I'm a successful banker, I'm a successful doctor. You do need a mentor, but we are not brought up that way. We are not coached in school and college that way. We're not looking for a mentor. We're supposed to be independent and we're supposed to do stuff and succeed. You know what? We're supposed to do stuff and succeed, but it's good to have a mentor. So once you start to talk on those terms, you're not talking about the plan. You're not talking about extra income. You're not talking about how to live every day, not go to work and money coming into your account. You're not, even though you have all of that stuff in this business, we don't talk about that. We're talking about mentorship. We're talking about life. And they're like, wow, never thought about that. So you open up these, then they say, yeah, this guy is talking differently. He never talked like this before. So then now they are curious. What is going on in Abhijit's life that he's talking like this now? You see, you're impressing them on a different level. I was in sales. I could impress anybody anyway, but I said, oh, wow, I'm going to talk about these intangible things that everybody wants and doesn't know how to get. Everybody wants success. They don't know how to get it. Everybody wants a passive income. They don't know how to get it. They think that only the rich have passive income. In the Amway business, you can be a platinum and have passive income. If you have 2 platinums under you, you've got passive income. Come on. You're not even a sapphire. You don't have 4,000 side volume. You're a platinum, founder's platinum. You have passive income because one of your legs is passive. So you don't have to be rich to have passive income, but the average person doesn't know that. So you start to, you have all of that, but you cannot talk about that. You have to talk about life, about a quality of life. And then ask questions. I ask questions from people. What exactly would you like to do that you cannot do doing what you do? Doing what you do means in your career. What would you like to do that you cannot do that your career does not allow? So one guy said, I'd like to go on a vacation once a month. Nice. Yeah. Then the question is like, don't jump on him and say, I have a way to do that. Then you look foolish, because that's impossible. The guy just threw something at you that is so impossible to do, just earning a good salary. You can have a nice car, you can have a good house, you can have a nice family, but you can't go on a vacation every month, 1 week every month on vacation. You cannot do it. That's like an impossible thing, but for our business, it's possible. So now how do you say, I got away? Yeah, right, you got away. You're still working. I don't see you doing it, and you're going to teach me. You can't teach me what you don't have. So you get into trouble. Don't talk. But you do have an answer. So you say, what is your process that you're following to eventually one day have a vacation every month? And listen, he'll talk rubbish because he has not thought about it. People have this idea, but they don't think about it. They don't plan. People don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. Remember that. People don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. And we are planning. We're teaching people how to plan. Let's plan. You go, what plan? Let's plan our life, our future. So when you say, what do you have in place that one day, not tomorrow, one day, don't talk funny. What do you have in place that one day you will get up in the morning and you can say, I can take 1 week off every month? What do you have in place? And then he'll talk rubbish because he hasn't planned. He'll say, well, you know, I've got a few irons in the fire. Few irons in the fire means that you've got some things going on. And you say, can you share what you have in the irons in the fire? Can you share with me? And if he doesn't share, he said, well, you know, I that's very personal. You say, okay. As long as you've got stuff going on, then you're evaluating. Is this guy talking rubbish, or is he going to open up one day? And you hold the conversation, keep the relationship, and one day you'll know whether this person is worth talking more to or talking less to. And you decide that. Your upline doesn't decide. You say, I talk to my upline says you're wasting time with that person. No, you decide when you stop talking to that person, because you know everything about that person now. I decide when I stop talking to a person. I don't even listen to Tiff because she doesn't know what I'm talking to that person. And she cannot listen to me if I tell her, no, you know, you're wasting your time on that person. No. And husbands and wives, family, you should not tell each other what to do. Okay? Let a person make the mistakes, learn, and become a professional. Otherwise, they're never going to be a professional. And if you're not a professional, you cannot earn professional money. It's that simple. You can earn professional money if you're a professional. If you're not professional, you can't earn professional money. If you're not a professional in the Amway business, you cannot earn Amway money. You can earn some stupid stuff. Like, you know, you sell some toothpaste or you sell some, you know, shampoo and make a couple of rupees. Forget it. You want to make professional money, you have to become a professional Amway person. So next question.
Leo, definitely there are a few more questions out there, but we are already 10:10, and I think whatever you have talked was so powerful. We need to digest it.
Every question.
Now you are impressing me.
I'll just, like, if you allow, we will have the next session, next Monday session again on question and answer, so that we can cover some questions. And one question is there from Dr. Harsha, how to manage time and stress. And I know that is going to be a big topic. The answer is going to be not short. And another question is there from Mr. Vikram Singh Rana from Alwar, Rajasthan. I have a friend in Canada. How can I build international business there?
That's a very short answer, and then we'll elaborate next time.
Yeah.
Canada. Now remember this. If you sponsor one person, don't expect it to be a business. Sometimes somebody joins, doesn't do anything. Sometimes somebody joins and does something and then they quit. So when you sponsor one person, don't expect it to be a business. I have a business in Canada. Maybe, maybe not. Number two, if you give me a few contacts, I might not sponsor anybody for you. We're screening here too, just like you're screening over there. And we screen really nicely. We're not harsh, but we really evaluate who we're talking to. We don't want to waste your time. We don't want to waste our time. Like Gautam said, I have to time manage, and he meant his life, because we're all older people now. So I'm time managing too. I don't want to waste my time. I'm wasting a lot of time. I had a no-show today. That was a waste of time. But as much as possible, I don't want to waste my time. So if somebody I feel is not really potential, I'll cut them loose. So if you give me some people in Canada, we will do everything in our power. I will do it. I personally will do the work for you in Canada. So give me the person's name, give me the person's email and phone number. Okay. Then you have to do one thing. You have to prospect them correctly. If you don't know how to prospect your people in Canada, have your upline prospect them. Have a Zoom meeting and have a conversation. Let them get impressed by your upline, and that's your business partner. Introduce it. This is my bidder. Don't say this is my upline. Huh? Don't use the word upline with people who are not in the business. There are some people who use business words with non-business people. That's wrong. Okay. That's like a doctor talking about surgery to a patient who knows nothing about medicine. We don't know what he's talking about or she's talking about. So people should talk in plain language and don't say upline, downline, buy from yourself, you be your own best customer. This is all nonsense for non-IBOs, non-Amway people. So speak genuinely normal. You have your upline impress them, or set up a Zoom meeting and I will be on that Zoom meeting and I can, in front of you, do the work. And let us see if there's a potential. And give me every contact you have in Canada, every contact you have in the United States, every contact you have in UK, every contact you have I just sponsored somebody in Poland. So now we're starting in Poland. So whatever you got, we can take care of. But I want to remind you, if you don't build a business in India, the money from your contact in a foreign country will go upline. It won't come to you if you don't have a business. So don't just say, Acha, I'll build in Canada and in India, I'll just sit and collect the money. It's not going to happen. The Amway business pays the people who work.
Thank you so much, Leo and Tiffany. Thank you, everybody. It was a very, very powerful session. And I know you have put in all the heart, all the love, all the affection while answering the question. You have given the best and more than 100% from you. You are great, Leo and Tiffany. We are blessed. And I'm sure you will take up some questions in the next session so that everybody will feel involved and they will get the direct answers from you. And
I would say this, Mukund. I think that we should have a question and answer session as often as you want, as often as is demanded of the people, okay? Sometimes you have like 3 new people, they have the same questions that you have asked. Let's have a question and answer session for them, and everybody gets reacquainted with the answers, because we need to satisfy a lot of questions. The more questions we answer, the better our business is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
So thank you very much, and have a great day ahead, and good night, everybody. Sharad, you would like to add a sentence while finishing it up?
No, good night.
Dr. Doki, Dr. Sanjay.
Thank you, Leo and Tiffany. That was great insight. And I would really like to tell everybody that This is the best upline that you would ever imagine to have.
Aw.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leo.
Thank you.
Tiffany.
Thank you.